Good day. You know by now what are multiples, factors, and prime factors. And we already discussed the lowest common multiple, the LCM, as well as the highest common factor, the HCF. Now this lesson is all about determining our LCM and HCF by using prime factors. Let's do an example. If I'm giving you the values or the numbers 36 and 225. So 36 and 225. And I'm asking you, what is the lowest common multiple? And what will the highest common factor be? How can we determine that? Let's use the prime factors. To get the prime factors, we need to write our numbers in terms of product of prime factors. So I'm going to use the ladder method. So 36. Start with your prime number. Smallest prime number, a 2. Can 2 go into 36? Yes. 2 can go into 36 18 times. Carry on with the 2. Make sure that every time the 2 is done before you go to the next prime number. Can 2 go into 18? Yes. 2 can go into 18 9 times. And now, can 2 go into 9? No. What's the next prime number? 3. Can 3 go into 9? Yes, 3 times. So 3 can go into 9 3 times. 3 can go into 3 himself once. And once you have a 1, you can stop there. Now this means that 2 squared times 3 squared will be 36. Do you agree? Great. Let's have a look at 225. Start with your first smallest prime number, a 2. Is 225 divisible by a 2? Meaning, is it an even number? No. Go on to the 3. Can 3 go into 225? Do you remember the rule of divisibility? Let's add the digits. So 2 plus 2 plus 5 is 9. So 3 will be able to go into that. 3 can go into 225. Let's do the division. Not into 22, 7 times, 1 over, so 5 times. So 3 can go into 225, 75 times. Carry on with the 3. Can 3 go into 75? Add the digits to make sure. 7 plus 5 is 12. So yes, 3 will be able to go into that. 3 can go into that twice, 1 over 15, 5 times. So 3 times 25 is 75. Can 3 go into 25? No. Go on to your next prime number, a 5. 5 can go into 25 5 times. And 5 can go into 5 once. And once you're there, you can stop now. So it's 3 to the power of 2 times 5 to the power of 2, or 3 squared times 5 squared, will give me an answer of 225. Now, once you have your prime factors, we can now determine the LCM. That's the lowest common multiple. And I'll tell you how. When you have to determine the LCM, we are going to look for our highest power of each prime factor. So for my LCM, I need to look at the highest power of each prime factor. Here I have a prime factor 2. What's the highest power? 2 squared? It's 2 squared. Times. I have a prime factor 3. What's the highest power? 3 squared. There's a little 2, a 3 squared. Then I have 3, 2, 300, a 5. What's the highest power? 5 squared. And if you multiply this, you will get to your LCM. So 2 squared is 4 times 9 times 25. And that will be 4 times 25 is 100, so it's 900. So my lowest common multiple for 36 and 225 is 900. What does it mean? Remember, what's a multiple? A multiple is that you are going on to count in 36s, or you're going to count in 225s. And once you do that, the first common value in both cases will be the 900. Now, to get the highest common factor, for our highest common factor, we need to take the lowest power of each common prime factor. The lowest power of each common prime factor. So let's first determine what are the common prime factors. I have a 2, 3. I have there 3 squared. I have 3 squared, and I have a 5. So what's common? The 3. But what is the lowest power of each? The 3 is here twice, and it's also there twice. So in this case, my HCF will be 3 squared, meaning my HCF will be 9. It cannot only be a 3, because then it's not my highest common factor. It needs to be 3 squared, the 9. That will be my highest common factor. Let's do another example to see whether you are understanding this now. I'm giving you now 3 values. 30, 65, and 845. And I would like you to determine the lowest common multiple of all 3 of those and the highest common factor of all 3 of those. So what do? Start with the ladder method and write the values, the numbers in terms of prime factors. So 30, 2 can go into 30, 15 times. 3 can go into that 5 times. And 5 can go into that once. So 30 can be written as 2 times 3 times 5. 2 times 3 times 5 equals 30. The 65. Start with your smallest prime number, a 2. No, 2 can't go into that. How about 3? No. 5. 5 can go into that 13 times. And hopefully you realize now, hey, but wait, 13 is also a prime number. So then 13 can go into himself once. So how do I get 65? By saying 5 times 13 will give me 65. The last one, 845. Can 2 go into 845? No. How about a 3? Add the digits. 8 plus 4 is 12, plus 5 is 17. No. How about a 5? Yes. My last digit is a 5, so 5 will be able to go into that. Let's determine how many times. 5 can go into 8 once, then there will be 3 remaining, so 34. Then I have 6. Then there's 4 remaining, 45. That will be 9. 169 times. And hopefully you know by now or recognize the value of 169. 169 is 13 squared. 13 times 13. So 13 can go into that 13 times. 13 can go into himself once. So what are our prime factors here? 5 times 13 squared is 845. Now, let's write the lowest common multiple. For our lowest common multiple, what should we do? Take the highest power of each prime factor. I have a prime factor 2. It's only once. So 2. I have a prime factor 3. It's only once there, so 3. I have a prime factor 5. But you need to take it only once. The highest power of each of the prime factors is occurring once. 5. I already have the 5. 13. But I have a 13 square there. And it says that we need to take the highest power of each prime factor. So I'm going to take 13 squared. Okay, so this will be 2 times 3 is 6. That will be 30 times 169. And if you do that quickly, you will see the answer will be 5,070. Okay, which means that if you write the multiples of 30 and the multiples of 65 and the multiples of 845, the first common one that will appear will be 5,070. Luckily, you don't have to do that really. And that's why this method is quite nice to use. Let's lastly do the HCF, highest common factor. For the HCF, we need to take our lowest power of each common prime factor. So which ones are common? I have a 5. The 5s are common. And I need to take the lowest power. But the 5 is only in each case, it's once. So my highest common factor will be 5. Boys and girls, I do hope that you understand this and that you realize that everything now is part of a broad picture coming together, multiples, factors, prime factors, and how we can use that to determine an LCM and an HCF. Until next time, goodbye.